Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Rune News. I am your host, Ryan, and as always, it's bloody good to have you guys here today. And Valamor is coming next week to Oldschool RuneScape. This is the long-awaited extension to the Kingdom of Koren, Land of Zaya, part of Oldschool RuneScape, and easily one of the biggest updates of 2024. And it's only March. Now, due to the potential sheer magnitude of next week's update, due being the keyword, of course, there was no update this week from the Oldschool RuneScape team, but that does not mean we can't help prepare you guys for the release of Valamor next week, so that way you're in the right direction when it comes to consuming the content and getting the most out of your day one experience. For example, this time next week, I will be live right here on this YouTube channel as I usually am, and there will be a completely advert-free experience as always when I am live on this channel, so make sure you get the most out of your Valamor experience so you can come by and witness and experience it alongside your boy. We will be going through all of the content available, including the Colosseum and the new Barrow's Perilous Moons dungeon, I think it's called, so make sure you do come by and check it out. But before we go further into what's available in next week's content, I want to know what you're most excited for next week's Valamor update. Is it the Colosseum itself, the Perilous Moons? Maybe it's the Hunters Guild that you're most excited for. Let me know down below in the comment section what you are most excited for when it comes to the release of Valamor next week. Make sure you like and subscribe while you're down there. I'm trying to get 100k subs by the end of the year, and if we reach that goal, I'll upload a video of me pissing my pants or something. And before we do move on to the Oldschool RuneScape update, one final announcement from today's sponsor, Into the AM. This week's episode of Rune News is proudly sponsored by Into the AM. These guys have partnered up with your boy this week to help deck out your wardrobe with some of the hottest graphic tees and clothing available in the market today. Behind me, you're going to find some incredible deals on both basic and graphic tees on the Into the AM website, which you'll be able to get 10% off everything on their website if you use my link down below in the description. I've got a few of my personal favorite designs that I'm going to show you guys today. For example, check out this bad boy. Astronaut playing soccer on a black t-shirt. It's got the stars. It feels great. It's lightweight, extra large, and it looks great on me. All of these shirts look great on you, no matter the angle. Check it out from the front, from the side, and even from the back. No matter what, if you're wearing an Into the AM graphic tee, you're kicking goals in life, and you're looking fucking great doing it. And if that wasn't enough, take a closer look at the shirt that I'm wearing in this week's episode of Rune News, also designed by Into the AM. These guys have incredible products, but the graphic tees are nothing compared to my favorite product that they do, and that is the comfort shorts in black. These are incredible. Check it out. Elastic. Look how far that stretches. Comfy. This is a King Condor guarantee that you are going to be satisfied with all products that you purchase from Into the AM. So guys, remember there is a link in the description down below for 10% off everything on the Into the AM website. And if you notice the deals behind me, you can get basic and graphic tees in packs of 3, 6, and even packs of 9. So make sure you check out their products. Let me know if you like any of it and if you grab any of their products. And thank you again, Into the AM, for sponsoring this week's episode of Rune News. This week's Oldschool RuneScape update consists of, well, fucking nothing. They didn't give us anything this week because Valamor is coming next week. Now, it's important to keep in mind, normally when there is an update for Oldschool RuneScape, there's 30 minutes of downtime and then they bring the service back online. It would not surprise me if there was an additional hour or so next week. I know we've had a lot of maintenance lately, but when big updates come out, Jagex tends to give us a lot more downtime than normal because they want to make sure that they do all the checks correctly, everything's running smoothly, and I would rather them do QA checks and make sure that the release is smooth than release it and then there have to be a rollback or further downtime. So if we can get it in one chunk, I'll be happy. If there's no extended downtime, then great, let's fucking go. But just be prepared for that, be aware, and if you do want to make sure you can dive into Valamor instantly, make sure you have the quest Children of the Sun completed, which it's in Varrock and it takes like 5 minutes. Super easy quest. One of the guards is like some sort of thief, and you just have to follow him, finger him a little bit, and then you're done. Pretty much easy quest. That'll get you straight into Valamor, and the content that comes with Valamor is insane. I'm going to throw up a map of Valamor here now quickly so you can see what's available. I'll be going live at around this time next week. Get rid of the map. That way we can check out and experience the whole scene of Valamor together. We'll just start off. I'm going to go straight to the Colosseum, I think, on the group Ironman. Give it a crack straight away. Why not? Just dive straight in, blindfolded, see how far we can get. Spend about an hour or so in there just playing around, see what we can kind of discover. And then we'll let the geeks and the people who are obsessed with that side of the game to form a meta and get the ball rolling for the rest of the community while we go on the Ironman and check out everything else that Valamor has to offer, because there is more than the Colosseum, even though the Colosseum is like the it's the core of what Valimor offers us, right? So I think just going in head first with the Colosseum and just checking it out would be a really good viewing experience for you guys, as well as a bit of fun for myself. So we'll check that out. We'll check out the rest of Valimor, and then you guys can make of it what you want. So that's what's going to happen next week, and that's what I recommend you doing. If you don't know what to do with Valimor, come by to the live stream right here. The bell down below being turned on will help you with the notification, or you can jump in the Discord, which is at discord.gg/bigdickenergy. And that way, you won't miss a fucking live stream. And if you've got any questions throughout the week, just come by and let me know, and I'll help answer them for you as best as I can. Last week for Oldschool RuneScape, there was a pretty lackluster update, and I warned you guys that there would be no update this week for Oldschool RuneScape. This week comes by, and what do you know? There's no update this week for Oldschool RuneScape, and it is still better than anything Jagex could put out for RuneScape 3, bar deleting the game from its entire existence, because RuneScape 3 is fucking dog shit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the grandest stage segment for Rune News. Next week, Valimor is popping off, and we need to know what's going to happen with the T-Bow. But first, Mole Slippers, they're on the way to the fucking moon. That's the spike that you want to see. Now, if you're only buying Mole Slippers now, you've lost out on a fair bit of money, but don't worry, this is only the beginning. They're about to triple in size over the next few months, and they'll be 30 mil by the end of the year. So while they're still reasonably low at 1.3 mil, make sure you're buying your Mole Slippers today to become a rich cunt tomorrow. Tell your friends, make them buy the Mole Slippers once you've bought yours. That way yours are worth more. Make sure you are jumping in on the Mole Slipper trend, because they are going to the moon. And don't worry about those that try to preach that it's a pump and dump. They're just jealous they didn't buy in early. It's not a pump and dump, because we're not selling. I've told you not to sell. We're holding it all the way to 30 mil, so that way they are more valuable than Primordials. That is purely the purpose of this. This is not a pyramid scheme. It's just the Mole Slipper Mountain. Next up, our biggest loss of the week is the Claws of Callisto. This actually goes for all three of the Wilderness weapon upgrades. They're all on the dip at the moment since the Wilderness update polls went down the hill. All the PvPers and PKs are crying. Guess what? We don't care. Suck a dick. And finally, the T-Bow is bouncing back slightly. The merch clans are not happy with me, and they have started to rise up in price because of the Colosseum. Now, this is likely going to trend upwards a little bit more, like I said it would. I told you this will happen because of Colosseum hype. As soon as the Colosseum's out, give it less than a week, and this shit will be dropping back down. 1.4 bill is the prediction. Make sure, if you've only just got enough money for a T-Bow, you hold off and you wait. Wait for the metas to form. See what's happening. This is not going to hit max cash stack. Mark my fucking words. And that is it this week for the Grand Exchange update. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night. Our first Iron Man moment for the week goes to Gonads, who is not an Iron Man, but he received his second purple, which is Ancestral Robe Top. But I want you guys to take a bigger look at the picture and just wonder, how the fuck do you take a screenshot with your camera like this? What the fuck is wrong with you? This is the screenshot. A bar like maybe a chunk this big off to the side there. This is the screenshot. What sort of camera angle is this? Where were you playing? Our second moment for the week goes to Bobby Cryant, who also is not an Iron Man, but he got the Voidwaker gem from, I don't even know who drops it, Spindel. Pretty good, 43 mil. Nice work. And finally, good day to you all. Gets a Primordial Crystal from Cerberus at 33 KC. But I want you to take a closer look at this screenshot, sorry. Because he doesn't use RuneLight. Look, I wasn't bullshitting. It's up here, isn't it? Oldschool RuneScape client. I'm not even kidding. This guy plays without RuneLight. And he just does this in mobile. That's it. It's crazy. All the stuff that you've seen him in moments for Rune News over the past few months, he's been doing on a standard client. Huge disadvantage. He's going to absolutely smash it when he gets his hands on RuneLight. That, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be it for this week's episode of Rune News. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you again for Enter the AM for sponsoring this week's episode of Rune News. Make sure you guys check out the link in the description or in the pinned comment down below and use that link to grab yourself 10% off all Enter the AM products. Thank you. Have a good night. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge. You got a big boy.